Hey folks, I had trouble uploading photos of this project, so I'm going to just film it real quick. Jesus. This is just a simple friction drive I made for my everyday bike that I ride. It's a Trek I actually got for like $10 because the freewheel in the back was just jammed. The little paws were locked in, so the person sold it. But I wanted to add a friction drive to it that, and not spend too much money. So, considering the bike is old, but the bike runs well. So what I did is I took an old Cal Morgan 24-volt motor that I got a long time ago for like $50, but the speed control burned out, so I took the cap off. So it's just a simple brushless motor, a 3-phase motor. I connected that to a Hobby King 70 amp speed control and ran that to 6 cells, two parallel of 2200 milliamp hour batteries, and it's controlled simply by a little Turnigy pot. How it's mounted is just kind of basically on the little bottle holder, mounting the bottle holder with a piece of angle, right angle, aluminum right angle, and on top of that is just like a steel bar bolted with 2 bolts to that. And above that is basically just a pivot that the motor, one of the bolt holes for the motor that you attach it with, was drilled out to 5/16, and it's just attached with a bolt and a jam nut so that it's allowed to pivot. So like here's the disengaged position. Here the pulley's not engaged, so you could just ride normally. And then here's the engaged position, and it just locks in, and you can go. Now, as far as what locks it in is basically the motor itself runs into this piece of metal I welded on to the bar. The pulley was an interesting, or the friction pulley was an interesting little project. Basically, this round stock is from an old cross-country ski machine. And these bearings are just one-way roller bearings. They basically just slide onto that round stock, and there's little E-clips or whatever that hold it in place. They were actually already knurled for me, so it's 2 of them, and they really grab, terrifically. So I'm impressed with the way they grab. They don't slip at all. And basically, this round stock is held with a little spring pin or a pin pounded into the motor shaft, which is a little like 8mm and then 10mm stub. It's like a step, but I basically just put it on a lathe and I drilled it out, and then I actually bored 10mm for like ½ inch and then 8mm. It went in, and I drilled a through hole to pound the pin in. And that's it. It's really a very inconspicuous or not obvious project when you're riding. It's quiet and you really can't see much on the bike. It could be neater. I know it's not high tech and beautiful like some of the projects out there, but anyways, I thought I'd share it. One thing I'd like to do but I don't really have the education for it, is because when the pulley's engaged and you're slowing down, there's a lot of drag. I would love to know how you would implement a regen for that. Or do these Hobby King speed controls regenerate on their own when they're off? I don't know exactly, but I would love to have regen for this because it would slow down nicely like that. But I'll make another video of it running, and that'll be it for now. Okay, bye.